Am I the a-hole for asking my dad to keep his hands to himself? I cannot believe I am asking about this. I feel like I am going insane. My dad has always had this, weird to me, thing with smacking butts. So did his dad, my grandpa. And many of my family members on his side, aunts and cousins, see this as a normal sign of affection. Let me be clear, it is in no way sexual. He means it more like a small boy hitting a butt because it is funny or it will get a reaction out of it, or even like sports dudes and their good job butt smack. My dad is a hockey guy, except my dad goes for jet-propelled trajectory butt slaps. I mean, he has launched my mom a bit when he put his full effort into it. She is 54 and about 110 pounds. She does not hate it, but it does annoy her. When I was about 14, I asked my dad to stop because I did not like it. It made me uncomfortable, and I felt like I could not walk around the house without worrying about getting launched. He reluctantly stopped and has been good. I have a child, 2.5, and every so often my dad makes a passing comment about smacking their butt. Not in a disciplinary way, just a playful smacking them around, horseplay way. I told him word for word that his display of affection is weird and to keep his hands to himself. He is more than welcome to wrestle or engage in horseplay with my kid, but he is not allowed to do the butt smack thing that he subjected me to. He looked at me like I stabbed him and called him a horrible person. He said he never abused me and he was not going to abuse my kid. I said I never said he did, but his display of affection made me uncomfortable, and I want him to find a better way to express it rather than launching us around by the behind. My mom said I could have been nicer about it, but I did not feel like it was mean. So, am I the a-hole? Is it not weird to smack your wife's and kids' butts all the time? Haha, oh man, my family did the butt smack thing for years too. It drove me nuts as I am easily startled. You know what finally stopped them? My younger cousin was in her first corporate job after university and almost smacked her boss's backside out of habit. Suddenly, our family realized that their playful habit could have cost my cousin her job, and they finally started curbing that habit. Am I the a-hole? In-laws are upset with the name we want to use for our son. Please help me and my wife out by letting us know who is the a-hole here. My wife and I have 2 boys and are expecting our 3rd boy. My wife's brother and his wife, let's call them Jack and Jill, have a boy as well. After we announced to the family that we were expecting, the 2 sisters-in-law asked my wife if we had a name in mind via text message. This is where things get weird in my opinion. My wife was like, yes, we are thinking of naming him Owen. Not the real name, but let's say it is for this sake. My wife went on to say, Jill, do not be upset because I know this might add some confusion for you all. Neither sister-in-law replied. The reason it might cause confusion is because on Jill's side of the family, unrelated to us, they have a nephew named Owen. Note, we have never met this kid, and our families do not cross paths like that. Jack and Jill are upset and went to my wife's parents before talking to us, telling my wife's parents that they are annoyed and do not want us to name our son Owen because in their mind, there is only one Owen in their lives. It would cause confusion for their 1-year-old son having 2 Owen cousins, etc. We heard from my wife's mom that Jill was going to talk to my wife and discuss this. I, being the husband, figured I would just call Jack, my wife's brother, and address this immediately. Especially because my wife was super stressed and discouraged that the name was already causing tension. He could not talk until that night, so I just sent him this text. No worries. While my wife was working out, I just wanted to address this name thing immediately. We love you guys. I do not want the drama, but in no way do you guys have a say in what we name our child. A little upset that I even have to say that out loud. My wife was super excited to announce the baby and the name, and now she is stressed and there is unnecessary tension. My wife should not have to justify or defend naming her own child. I know they are going to have a call, but there is no room for discussion on it. If we want to name our child whatever name, it is ours to make. I hate to add to the tension, but you guys put us in this situation, and it really stinks. Well, that sent off an explosion. They are super hurt by the text, saying how aggressive I was. I have already apologized to them for the text and said, I was just trying to set a boundary but probably took it too far. etc. Also, since then, we have been trying to set up a call with them to get past this tension and drama, but have not had any luck. Update: would I be the a-hole if we end up naming our son Owen? You are not the a-hole now, and will not be if you name your kid Owen. There is only one Owen in their lives. It would cause confusion for their 1-year-old son having 2 Owen cousins, etc. Just wait until their 1-year-old goes to school and there are kids in his class with the same names. How will he cope? Goodness, they need to get a grip. Unless your wife is growing a literal clone of the other Owen, and even then because your Owen will be younger. I think their kid will be able to keep them straight. I have identical twin cousins, and my kid at 18 months could tell them apart. Kids are not stupid. There is this magical thing called context clues. Owen barfed on me at 2 a.m. Makes it pretty apparent you mean your baby, not your nephew's cousin that you do not see. You can name your kid whatever you want. You could even name him the same thing as the confused 1-year-old, and that is fine. This is sort of why I am against telling people what you are thinking for a name ahead of time. It gives them room to believe they have a say. The only issue is that your wife flung open that door for her sisters to make drama. Do not kill us, this might cause confusion. No, it will not, and the sister does not have a say. It is not her baby. In my family, we have several people with the same names, and we all manage to keep it straight. A lot of the same named people are close in age, spent time regularly together growing up, and it was literally never an issue. Edited to add, if you want to commit a tiny bit of a-hole behavior, say you have seen the error of your ways and have decided to name the baby Jack after your brother-in-law. The brother-in-law will be henceforth known as Old Jack to avoid confusion. The confused 1-year-old calls Old Jack Dad, so there is no confusion there. Okay. Do not, but it would be a little funny. Update: would I be the a-hole if I do not give my late boyfriend's house to his parents? Last year, I posted a situation here. Would I be the a-hole if I do not give my late boyfriend's house to his parents? First of all, thanks to all the people who replied and gave me some support. I really appreciate that. When I posted the story, I was in a really bad place and everything was complicated. I cannot tell you how hard it was for me to make a decision. A lot of people advised me to take some time to think about it, but I really want to thank you/Ms. Saftig J. When I was logging out from Reddit, I saw their response, and it stayed in my mind for almost a week. That helped me decide to take my time before making any decision regarding the house. So I decided to wait until I felt I could think clearly. It took me a few months. It was hard because his parents kept bothering me with calls and emails about the house. They even hired a lawyer to talk to me about it. However, my own lawyer told them all to go away. They did not have any legal standing if this were to go to a judge. In January, I finally felt able to make a decision. I told them that I would sell them the house for the original price my boyfriend bought it for. I would still lose some money, but it was the best course of action for me, and that was my final offer. They refused, telling me that I should be a better person and let them have the house for less. They did not even refer to him as my boyfriend, just a person. So I decided to put the house on the market. In February, they reached out to me again, asking if my proposal was still on the table. I would have loved to tell them no, but I knew my boyfriend wanted them to live there. So I told them yes, but they had to decide within a week. It was not necessary. They accepted right away. I let my lawyer handle the sale because I did not want to see them anymore. I was surprised when my lawyer handed me a photo book of him as a kid and preteen. It seems it was their way of trying to acknowledge their son's life. That is the only thing I am grateful to them for. A few weeks ago was my boyfriend's 1-year memorial. They did not show up, so I can move on with my life without them bothering me anymore. Thanks again for all the comments and direct messages. You guys are awesome. Original poster, you are too nice for this planet. Bless you. Am I the a-hole for unhooking the heater? Because my girlfriend keeps turning the thermostat to 85 degrees Fahrenheit. My girlfriend and I have been living and traveling in an RV for about 3 years now, and we use a space heater and a propane furnace. For whatever reason, this past winter she has been turning the space heater up to 85 degrees F and leaving it on, no matter what the temperature is inside or outside. I was okay with it during the winter because it would be 30 degrees F outside, and the space heater could never get the RV up that high even if it tried. But now it is spring, and it does get that hot inside. I have asked her multiple times, nicely, to set it to 70 degrees F or even 75 degrees F, but she keeps turning it up. I have also firmly told her to stop. She refuses to wear hoodies and sweatpants or pajamas and insists on only wearing underwear at home. I am fairly certain she does not know how a thermostat works, and I tried explaining it to her. I will get home and it is 80-something degrees, so I will turn it off, and she will just turn it back up when I am not looking. I will turn it off at night, and she will turn it back on early in the morning when she notices. I am over it. So tonight, a few minutes ago, I took the heater and hid it in storage. I unhooked the propane to the furnace and removed the fuse to the furnace. It is 50 degrees F outside, but still 75 degrees F inside the RV. I know we are about to have a fight in 2 hours or so. Am I the a-hole? I do not know what to do. I found a solution to this problem a few years ago. I removed the dial knob and put it back on so it pointed to a higher temperature than it was actually set at.